Here we are. I'm going to read some Wikipedia as usual. So the Vought F-4U Corsair has a length of 33 feet 8 inches, which is 10.26 meters. The wingspan is 41 feet, or 12.5 meters. The thing was manufactured between 1942 to 1953. It was used in World War II, obviously, but also the Korean War. And military service-wise, it finally retired in 1979 in the country of Honduras. It retired long before that in America, of course. 12,500 of these things were made, so quite a few. It was powered by an 18-cylinder radial engine making 2,000 horsepower, so this thing could go 446 miles per hour or 717 kilometers an hour. It was the first U.S. Navy aircraft to feature landing gear that fully retracted, so more aero. It also used spot welding instead of riveting, so it was much lighter, I suppose. And then it had 6 50 cal machine guns mounted into the wings, but they're actually recessed. They're not sticking out. The barrels aren't sticking out. But you can kind of see right there some heat protecting shields there. Okay, it was a very well done plane, fighter aces and stuff. This number 29 was flown by an ace, Ira Kepford, I believe the person was called. Anyhow, this thing had an 11-to-1 kill ratio during World War II. I believe it was 12-to-1 versus the Mitsubishi Zero and 6-to-1 versus the Ki 84. The plane claimed 2140 air combat victories and only 189 losses. So yeah, a lot of downs and not too many downings. Although still 189 losses is significant loss of people and planes. Alright, so 70% of all the bombs dropped during World War II were dropped by this plane. So quite interesting. Alright, so that's all I cared to learn about from Wikipedia. Other than that, I think these vents here, they are oil cooler vents. So you'll notice they're not just scoops sticking out somewhere. They're part of the wing. So again, more aerodynamic. Very cool. But it was a dreadful plane to fly, apparently. Very difficult to fly compared to the Hellcat, which is very easy. So this thing wasn't really adopted for aircraft carrier use for several years because the thing was frankly dangerous to fly. They had to make a bunch of design changes to make it stable to fly. Alright, so I'm going to talk about the packaging and stuff now. Nice rendering, a little cartoon rendering here. Give you some idea of other planes. Give you an idea of the paints you're going to need. Not too many, only 6 apparently. And if you have a small child, it literally comes with paper stickers. But I used the decals, of course. And so it came with a cockpit panel that you could actually paint. It's all 3-dimensional, but I'm too lazy, so I put the other cockpit panel in. That's just a smooth piece of plastic, and I put the decal on. Alright, so that goes away. So, yeah, clear decal, clear instructions, and no major problems that I recall. The wings can actually fold up. I almost forgot about that. We'll have to see if I can do that here. The canopy is 2 parts if you want to have it open or closed. That's all good. That's all good. So yeah, these are well-designed model kits. No major problems and not many parts, so fairly easy to put together. All the time is spent in paint. You'll see I just went with all blue because I was too lazy to mask off the bottom and also the middle. I didn't want to do a 3-color airplane. But there are plenty all blue Corsairs, so that's fine by me. It's just not this particular person's plane, apparently. So starting with the bottom, these rockets will push into slots, but be mindful, don't glue these rockets in because this decal belongs here first. And so you literally have to cut the decal after it dries so you can push in the plastic slots there of these rockets. The wheels are nicely molded. Others from this brand have seen decals, so these are, I think it's nice to have 3-dimensional wheels. Okay, so this one here is trapped by the body, so you're going to have to paint that separately or mask it off before you paint the body itself. Now, the thing was molded in blue color, but it wasn't the darker blue that I'm accustomed to seeing. In fact, this blue could even be darker, but it's fine by me. Alright, so that all fits fine. I did put a little black paint into those machine gun recesses. And these are decals of, I guess, those oil coolers. Here's the radial engine, and I did a 8K interactive engine wash over it. Obviously, you can see that thing spinning. This little antenna piece is a separate piece that presses down. This is all one decal, but luckily I didn't have any problem, laying it on. Although you'll see here, being one big decal, the decal softener trapped that air pocket. So maybe it would be wiser if you actually cut this into 3 pieces, so you have less chance of air pockets and wrinkles occurring. It's interesting they would bother to have this rudder, as a separate piece, and also, the folding wing. I gotta say, so I mean, this is a pretty tight gap for a moving part, but it's probably because it's plastic and not made of metal. But let's see, I think it might be kind of tight because the clear coat. There we go. Yeah, so it does work. Clear coat, gotta break that. Yeah, okay, so you can fold it up for aircraft deck use. Although I'm not sure if they would have rockets on the thing all folded up, would they? Leave a comment if they did arm them and store them. Maybe they did, because it'd be quicker to launch, right? An armed plane. Just as long as they don't bump into each other too much. So yeah, it's well designed, these little gimmicks. I think they're unnecessary, but it is maybe aimed for kids. Yeah, I'm never gonna do that again. Now the cockpit, you'll notice, is a character. I 3D printed my own character, so the clear coat again. I can't get this off. I might just leave it alone. I'll get a flashlight though and try to show you the instrument gauge decal. It's a little bit distorted of a window, but yeah, you can see the gauges there, right? So that's fine. I think there's a flight stick as well. Yeah, I painted it brown on the top there, so it's kind of getting hidden by the character. But I like that it has such a big canopy because I can put a visible character in there. So it also makes it look far more deformed having such a tall greenhouse. You can see all these nice panel details, the little rivet marks, although this thing is spot welded, so yeah, I don't know, I guess those are spot weld marks. All these little hatches and whatnot, they look pretty neat. So I really like this brand. I hope they make more model kits in the future. I haven't decided if I want to drill a hole into this. I guess I could put a hole right there and put it on a flight stand. Maybe I'll do that later. I did it here on this Key 84 by Tiger Model, and so this has molded wheels as well, and I 3D printed my own character for that. Now Hasegawa has these egg planes, so a lot of them literally look like smooth eggs with wings attached to them, but the wings have panel details, but not the fuselage, so that's kind of weak. And then the cockpit's so shallow, I put a Freedom pilot head in here because it's such a small thing. And then the wingspan is really big. Same with this one. This is the TBF Avenger, and you can't even put any characters in there. Look how narrow the seat is. So, and again, the wings are really unnecessarily long. I think the wings could be that wide, look just as even better, look goofier. So less detailed, and no pilots. Some of the other ones do have pilot figures, but these must have been early molds or something. Okay. Well, another great deformed model kit by the brand. This brand and GWH, I think, are the best ones as far as model kits go for mass manufactured model kits of deformed airplanes. The Hasegawas, they seem to lack detail and have very thin decals. And the Freedoms, they just have so many parts and a lot of them don't fit well. So the molds must be getting old there at Freedom model. Anyways, I'll still probably buy all of them because they just like deformed small models. to collect. Hence the name of my channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you the next time I build one of these things.